Hello and welcome to another stimulating and informative news wrap. It is funnily said that adults are just outdated children. To keep us from getting outdated, get ready and always step up onto the short journey. The highlights of today's news capsule are: restrictions eased under Unlock 1, Odisha's new state anthem, COVID-free New Zealand, Joe Biden to take on Trump, 13-year-old becomes youngest graduate, Russia's state of emergency, horns of rhinos removed to prevent poaching, Apple granted patent for group selfies, and the exciting fun and fact segment. It's now time to begin with the national news segment.
Most economic activities reopened on June 8th in the country's major cities. Many state governments allowed malls, offices, restaurants, and places of worship to reopen with restrictions. Restaurant owners had to limit their seating capacity, putting a cap on parking facility, having disposable and electronic menus. Several religious institutions across India reopened their doors to the general public.
Jana Gana Mana, our national anthem, written by Rabindranath Tagore, is known to all Indians. However, did you know, Igraaspers, that even states can have their own individual anthems? Recently, meeting over video conferencing, the Odisha cabinet accorded state anthem status to the patriotic song Bande Utkala Janani, a patriotic poem written by Kant Kavi Lakshmi Kant Mohpatra.
Bande Utkala Janani, Bande Utkala Janani.
Since this song had been inspiring the people of Odisha for several years, it was decided to recognize it as the official state anthem. It will be played or sung in schools, colleges, meetings, and cultural events. Did you know that as many as 11 states, including Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Gujarat have their own state anthem?
New Zealand has lifted almost all of its coronavirus restrictions after reporting no new COVID-19 cases for more than 2 weeks. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern told the reporters she did a little dance when she was told the country no longer had any active virus cases. Besides New Zealand, do you know the 8 other smaller nations which have successfully managed to stamp out COVID-19? Write to us at igraasp@gmail.com with your answers.
When elections are conducted in India, the party that wins selects the Prime Minister. In the United States, however, something known as the presidential primaries are conducted. This means that the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, the only 2 political parties in America, hold mini-elections to choose even amongst their own party who should stand for president. Incumbent US President Donald Trump is a Republican nominee, and as of last Saturday, he will be battling former US Vice President, Democrat Joe Biden, for the office of the President of the United States. Only time will tell us who shall emerge victorious and take the reins of the largest economy of the world.
Did you know a 13-year recently just graduated from a college in California with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 associate degrees? Jack Rico of La Mirada graduated from Fullerton College. Rico started to take college classes at the age of 11. Not only that, but he also achieved this feat in just 2 years, and the subjects he earned the accolades in were history, human expression, social behavior, and social science. when it comes to education and knowledge, age does not really matter. Moving on now to our environment section.
Russia's President Putin has declared a state of emergency after 20,000 tons of diesel oil leaked into the Arctic rivers, turning it bright red. The state of emergency means extra forces were sent to the area to assist with the cleanup operations. The fuel storage tank failed when the permafrost it was built on began to soften. Permafrost is a frozen ground. Climate change is causing permafrost across the Arctic to melt, and this can prove for fatal buildings built on it. As humans, we have to make a conscious effort to reverse the effects of climate change and keep our planet safe.
World Environment Day on the 5th of June yet again drew our attention to plastic waste, the deadly compound that takes centuries to decompose. In light of this, researchers from IIT Mandi in Himachal Pradesh have developed a technology that can take plastic bottles and convert them into clean masks that can be reused up to 30 times and have filtration capabilities at par with N95 masks. Dual advantage, isn't it? Battling coronavirus and also saving the environment.
South African tourism hotspots were until recently considered a safe sanctuary for wildlife. However, a recent lack of people has given poachers an opportunity to kill rhinos for their horns. Experts fear that poaching has and will continue to surge during the country's struggle with the coronavirus pandemic. Wildlife officials have removed the horns of dozens of rhinos as a protective measure against poaching and to prevent the death of rhinos. It is sad that officials have to resort to this to prevent poaching. Coming up next is our science segment.
Apple has been granted a patent to develop a software that can generate synthetic group selfies. Let me explain what this means. It means that we can now take group selfies even while practicing social distancing. Any Apple device user can invite people from across locations to participate in this selfie, and the software will arrange these pictures together to form one single image. Apple had actually filed for this patent in 2018 and was only recently granted it. This means that Apple hadn't intended for it to be used in today's world, but it is definitely an excellent tool for today's COVID circumstances. As any other patent, we will have to wait to see if Apple will actually use this software as a new feature.
We recently talked about the historic SpaceX flight that took 2 astronauts to the International Space Station, and now SpaceX has shared pictures of the reusable rocket returning back to Earth. The drone ship returned back to Port Canaveral, which was close to where the rocket took off from. Rocket landings are extremely difficult to do and incredibly complex. So having a rocket land back once again is a remarkable feat of science and physics.
Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar is the only superstar from India to have found a place in the popular and awaited Forbes annual list of the world's highest paid celebrities 2020. Akshay Kumar has been placed at the 52nd spot in the list. Reality TV star and cosmetics entrepreneur Kylie Jenner has topped the list.
Can you guess who? This British Indian novelist and essayist was knighted in 2007 by Queen Elizabeth II for his services to literature. His second novel that won a Booker Prize in 1981 was declared the best of all winners on the 25th as well as the 40th anniversary of the awards. His works are best known for magical realism, a literary style that mixes magic with reality. Did you get it? It's Salman Rushdie. Did you know that Rushdie's first book was not very successful? Clearly, all great things have small beginnings.
The very popular American sitcom television series Friends is being revived through the release of an official Friends cookbook coming later this year. Written by Amanda Yee, the cookbook is due for release on September 22nd, which marks the 26th anniversary of the hit sitcom series. It will feature over 70 recipes from starters, main courses, and desserts. Each chapter of the book will feature iconic foodie moments from across the show's 10 seasons.
Dear Igraspers, this week let us read the chronicles of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. In this mesmerizing tale, 4 children are sent to a safe house for protection during the time of war. Here, they accidentally discover a magical world at the back of a neglected wardrobe. A world full of talking animals, an evil white witch, and an enormous lion, Aslan. Surrounded by obstacles and chased by dangerous creatures, they cannot leave the land without restoring peace. With mounds of adventure and bravery, this story is one that you must indulge in. Join the 4 siblings and uncover the mysteries of Narnia. Do share your feedback with us in an email.
It's now time to wrap up the capsule. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Until we see you again next week, be creative and have fun. Bye bye.